Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to make a ChatGPT plugin that gives ChatGPT real-time access to stock data, as well as saving all the stocks that the end user is interested in. So let's get started. To create a plugin that gives ChatGPT real-time stock data, the very first step would be to equip ChatGPT with APIs. So let's go to the API section and see how we can do that. For those of you who are not so familiar with what an API is, you can very intuitively think of it as an angel that lives on the internet that provides you with certain services or data. For example, a football API gives you data about football matches or maybe about players. Another example would be a weather API gives you real-time information about how the weather is going to look like in the next few days. So let's go to the pre-built API store and see what APIs are available for our use case. As you can see, Plug prepared a wide range of APIs for different needs. You could also view the APIs by different categories like finance, food, gaming, etc. For our purpose, let's try to find the Yahoo API. As you can see, the Yahoo Finance API provides information about stocks, options, ETFs. You could see that in the description. If you want to learn more about the API, you could also follow this link, which will give you more information about it. Another information you could see here is that for each API, there could be one or multiple endpoints. You can think of an endpoint as one special functionality that the API could achieve, and one API could have many different functionalities. For example, for this Yahoo Finance API, it could give you news about a certain stock. It could also give you a quote about a certain stock. So it seems like this API fits our needs, so let's go ahead and add it to the project. Once we add the API to our project, the next step would be to pick the correct endpoints to add to the plugin. For today's purpose, we will pick this market quotes stocks endpoint, which gives us real-time information about stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds. In real life though, you might want to consider using other endpoints as well, for example, the insider trading endpoints, the news endpoints, but for this demo, we're going to stay simple here. Once we have that, the next step for us would be to authenticate with this endpoint. The first step of authentication is go to the API pricing page and subscribe to this API so that your plugin can make use of this API. As you can see here, I've already subscribed to the basic plan of this API. So I'm going to go back and look at what the next step would be. As you can see, the next step would be to go to the API endpoint page and copy the X-Rapid API key so that Plug would be able to use this endpoint and combine this endpoint with your ChatGPT plugin. So let's go ahead and see what our API key is. So as you can see, this is our X-Rapid API key. So let's copy it from the right section and then paste it back to Plug. Click on Done, and now you're authenticated and you're good to use this endpoint. As you could see, this endpoint is already connected to your ChatGPT plugin. After this step, ChatGPT is already able to get access to real-time stock data to serve the end user. Now let's go to the memory section to enable memory so that ChatGPT can remember what stocks that your end user is interested in. So now let's go to the description section and type in what we want ChatGPT to remember. Okay, and with that, we've asked ChatGPT to remember stocks that the user asked about. And with that, we've basically finished building all the basic features or functionalities that the plugin should have to serve our users. As a next step, we need to go to the configuration page and fill out information about our plugin. And I've pre-filled some information for us. So let's go ahead and finish it. I want to point out here that when you're working through this page, you need to pay extra attention to this section, which is description for ChatGPT. ChatGPT relies on what you put here to decide what your plugin actually does and when to call your plugin. So this is one of the most important sections when you are trying to build a ChatGPT plugin. So please pay extra attention to it. Once we've done that, let's go to the pricing tiers section and decide whether we want to create pricing tiers for our plugin. In this example, we're gonna leave it free for now. And let's go ahead and click on deploy. Once you click on deploy, your plugin is successfully deployed and hosted on the cloud. Now, let's go to ChatGPT and install our plugin on ChatGPT. Now that we've successfully installed the plugin, let's see what we can do with the plugin. Terrific! It seems like everything went smoothly. Hopefully this gives you some rough ideas of how to create a plugin using Plug, as well as how to install the plugin on ChatGPT. That's it for today. Have fun building and let us know anytime if you have any questions. Thank you.